Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Sorry. So today I actually want to take you guys with me through a day in the life of a security analyst. So I'm actually about to leave Phnom Penh, Cambodia. I do live in Bangkok, Thailand, but right now I'm in Cambodia for no reason at all, really. And I'm checking out of my hotel right now. I'm heading to the airport and I'm going to Siem Reap for about 5 days. So yeah. I wanted to do something a little bit different today, and I want to take you guys with me through like a day in the life. Just like because right now, like what my plans are for today is, as soon as I land, I'm gonna actually find like a co-working cafe to do some studying, do some work, try to be productive. And I wanted to actually answer some questions that you guys had on my last video, if you guys haven't seen already, where I talked about my journey into cybersecurity and how I went from being like a self-taught software developer to becoming a security analyst. And so I wanted to address those questions as well, and hopefully provide some type of value for you guys. So yeah, let's go. So the first question I'll address is, what is my study routine? So my study routine consists of really, I try to spend like an hour a day like reading. And the book that I'm currently reading is called From Day Zero to Zero Day. And it's actually a really cool book published by No Starch. And it covers like fuzzing, reverse engineering, and secure code review. So I do that. And then I'm also studying around 2 to 3 hours a day. I try to for the OSCP. It's kind of hard to when I'm traveling and wanting to explore like the places that I'm going to. But if I could do at least 2 hours, then I feel pretty good about myself. So yeah. And I try to do that like during the daytime because my nights are consisting of me working, since I do work on Eastern Standard Time Zone hours. So my meetings are usually from like 11 p.m. to around 4 a.m. this time, which is 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Back in the United States. So yeah, that's how my study routine is. Okay, so it is raining like crazy right now here in Siem Reap. We just landed, and I wanted to answer a question, and that is, how do you deal with imposter syndrome and people who are doubting you and think that you aren't qualified to get into tech? So let's start with the imposter syndrome. That is definitely a feeling that I know very well and that I've had my entire career, especially since I've changed fields in tech. So, like at first, I started off in software development, then I pivoted into cybersecurity. And every single time you take on a new role, new responsibilities, you will maybe, I don't know how you like handle it or how you'll respond, but it is normal to doubt yourself and to feel less confident in things that you are unfamiliar with when you're entering unfamiliar territory. That's a very common feeling to have. And how I've dealt with it is that you this is, I don't know, it's gonna sound simple, but I just wake up and I just tackle the day, honestly. And I always think about how, as I'm developing like my skill set and as I'm adding to it, I'm making myself a better asset to whatever organization I do join. Focusing on your own journey. Don't compare your journey to others. There's a lot of people I know that are hella smart, that are around me, that are in tech, that have been in tech for way longer than I have. And they're really supportive, honestly. And I look to them as a source of inspiration as opposed to competition. Yeah, honestly, when it comes to people that want to try to doubt you, you just have to tune that out and surround yourself with people, not necessarily like yes people or people who won't critique you or anything like that, but people who motivate you. You know what I mean? People who challenge you to go harder. Now, if you're encountering people who just believe that you can't, that you're not smart enough, you can't do it, I would not surround myself with those people. I would cut off communication. There's nothing that you can say to ever convince them. Like whenever someone has ever tried to discredit my place in tech or tries to say that, they're just really speaking from a place of insecurity, and you can't help them with that. There's nothing that you can say to get them to convince them that you are worthy. You just got to convince yourself that you're worthy And once you get your job in tech, boom, that's all you got. That's all you need is just that, is that job. That job, that check, yeah, that's all you need to validate yourself. So that's all I gotta say. The next question is about Wi-Fi. So someone asked me, um, how is the Wi-Fi, and what are my countermeasures if it were to go down? So living in Thailand, living in Bangkok, the Wi-Fi is amazing. I get 5G Wi-Fi at my place. I pay $15 a month for about 500 megabits per second of internet, and it's really really good. In the event that my internet in my place were to go down, I would just use the Wi-Fi in the condominium, like in the building downstairs, or I would go to one of the very many like co-working spaces. Here I'm in Cambodia. The thing is, when I travel anywhere, whether that's within Thailand or outside of Thailand, one of the first things I do is look up co-working spaces or cafes and how long they're open. In Phnom Penh, where I just flew from, in Cambodia, there actually is a 24-hour co-working space. So I could definitely go use one of their services and everything like that. And right now, I'm about to be going to a co-working space right now. So, it's just the internet here is very, very fast, very accessible, and very affordable, I have to say. And yeah, my work schedule is a little insane. So the next question I wanted to tackle before I get to the co-working space is about the time zone difference. So how do I handle the multiple time zones, especially as I work for a consulting company where we have clients that are on different time zones as well. So I moved from Florida, and I would say like Bangkok is 12 hours ahead. So when it's 11 a.m. In Florida, it's 11 p.m. in Bangkok. Um, yeah, and vice versa. So a lot of my meetings are held between 11 p.m. and 4 a.m. back in Bangkok or here generally in Asia. And I try to knock out as much as I can when it comes to work during daytime. And then I try to be present for the meetings between 11 p.m. and 4 a.m. So I don't try to, so I try to get around having to work 8 hours like all night. So I put in the work during the day. And so far, so good. Um, yeah, that's how I kind of like handle that. And I just think in like Eastern Standard Time, like where I moved from, that's the best way I can do it. Most of our clients are in California because they're VC backed tech startups, so they're all the way in the Bay. So that's I think like we're like 15 hours or so ahead of them. So I'm not even gonna try to do that math. I swear. Like when I'm like looking at meetings stuff like that, I just think in like Eastern Standard Time. That's just how I do it. You just find that time zone that you're the most familiar and comfortable with, and that you can like think like it's second nature, and that operate and handle meetings and stuff like that way. So that's how I handle it. At first, it was hard. It was really hard. Um, like I definitely fell asleep by accident during a one-on-one with my boss, or when I was supposed to have a one-on-one with my boss. Thankfully, he was very understanding of that, but I tried not to do that. Um, and the only other time I missed work since I've been out here was the other day and I told my boss ahead of time because like I started to feel myself getting sick like right now. So hi. um, so yeah, that's what's going on. So right now I'm gonna try to book a Grab to go to a co-working cafe. So I'll see you guys then. Bye. Here it is. Oh my god. I'm so excited. It's so pretty. It's so freaking pretty. I love it.